All right, so lesson 4 is about writing expressions. And so the biggest part of here that you need to know is looking at the words and understanding if it's asking you to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Okay, so let's look here. All right, so write phrases as algebraic expressions. To write verbal phrases as algebraic expressions, follow the steps below. In the second step, defining the variable, choose a variable and decide what it represents. Okay, so you're going to look at the words, you're going to figure out what variable you want to use, and then write it as an expression. Okay, so $8 more than Ryan earned. Okay, well, so 8, that's you know that. Okay, that's just the number 8. And we're talking about dollars. And so you can see that they use the letter D to represent dollars. Okay. And so it's 8 more than what Ryan had. So that's why it's D plus 8. Okay. $10 less than the original price. Okay. So the price, that's what they decided to use. You could have used O for original. It doesn't really matter. But they used P for price, and it's $10 less. So that's why it's P takeaway 10. Okay. So 4 times the number of gallons. Okay, so we're probably going to use G for gallons, and it's 4 times that, so 4 times G. Okay, so let's look at a couple of examples here. So let's look at A. So it says 4 points fewer than the Bulls scored. So we could use P for points, S for scored. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to use P for points. And because it's fewer, 4 points fewer, we're going to subtract 4. Okay. Letter B. 12 times the number of feet. Okay, well, so we're talking about the number of feet, and we have 12 times that. So 12 times our feet. And remember, you don't have to write it with the dot. You could write it just with the 12 in the F. Okay, or you could even write it with parentheses. Okay, it would be harder for you to put the times symbol, right, like this, but you can. All right, let's look at C. The total cost of a shirt and $8 pair of socks. All right, so the total cost of a shirt. Okay, so I'm going to put C for cost. Could have put T for total, S for shirt. It's up to you. Okay, so the total cost of the shirt, and so we're adding the cost of the socks, which we know is $8. So C plus 8. Okay. What happens if there's two-step expressions? Okay, so 5 less than 3 times the number. So you can see what that says, right? 5 less than, so minus 5, and then 3 times the number of points. Okay, so let's look at letter D. Write a phrase, 3 more than 4 times the cost of the pretzel. All right, so 3 more than, so we're adding 3 to something, and then we know that we are 4 times the cost of the pretzel. Okay. Okay, so let's look at a few more examples before I send you off to do your own. Okay, so number 1, 4 times more money than Elliot saved. So 4 times the money. Could have used S for saved, okay, but we're talking about money. And remember, you don't have to use the dot. It could just be 4M or 4 parentheses M, or even 4 times M with the little symbol of the X. Half as many pages as George read. All right, so half is a fraction. So there's your half. And so if you take half as many pages, then you have half P. Okay? Can write it also as P divided by 2. Okay, 1/2 times P, right? There's a couple of different ways to write it. Okay, the width of a box is 4 inches less than the length. Okay, so 4 inches less than the length. So L for length. The cost of 5 DVDs and a $12 DVD. Oh, sorry, a $5 CD. Sorry. The cost of 5 CDs and the $12 DVD. Okay, so we know we're definitely buying the $12 DVD. Okay, and so then we're gonna, if we buy 5 CDs, then we're multiplying, right? Because you have to buy 5 of them, and so we have to figure out how much that costs. So 5C plus the $12 DVD. Okay, and then last but not least, Shoko bought a box of popcorn for $3.50 and 3 medium drinks. Okay, define a variable and then write an expression to represent the total amount they spent. Then find the total cost if one drink costs $1.50. Okay, so we know that they definitely bought the box of popcorn for $3.50. And we know they bought 3 drinks. Okay, so 3 times D because they bought 3 drinks. So the D, this letter D represents the cost of drinks. Okay, so there's your expression. Then it says, well, what if a drink costs $1.50? So all we would do is plug in the $1.50 for the letter D and solve it. So of course we multiply first. Okay, if you don't know what 150 times 3 is, use your calculator. So we get 450. And then we can add our 350 to that. So we get $8 total.